it away. And no! Not possible!
Police plan to crack down on gun smuggling.
These guns don't just get up and crawl to the Bahamas.
We'll also tell you how many licensed guns there are in the country. A 38-year-old virgin encouraging Bahamians to abstain.
You can maintain yourself until marriage.
Plus, we highlight another child this Heart Month.
I said, nurse, something is wrong with my baby.
I'm Nakia DeVoe, and this is NB12 Weekend. Everyone, thanks for joining us this Sunday for NB12 Weekend. For the past few months, gun control has been a major topic of discussion for our neighbors to the north. But local officials say stricter gun laws in the United States could impact gun smuggling in the Bahamas. Our Jasmine Bonamy has more in this report.
While the Bahamas is very well known as a transshipment point for illegal drugs, officials say a side product of that trade is illegal gun smuggling. In fact, officials estimate that there are thousands of illegal guns across the country where they are used in violent crimes. Investigations into how those guns arrived and what crimes they are used in are under the portfolio of the Central Detective Unit. Officer in charge, Superintendent Paul Roll, admits gun smuggling is a thriving industry.
We know that these guns don't just get up and crawl to the Bahamas. Someone bring them.
And police now have a better idea of where the guns are coming from. In July 2011, the Organization of American States donated a gun marking machine to the Bahamian government. In November 2012, Minister of National Security Bernard Nottage revealed that illegal firearms recovered by police last year originated from the United States. He added that statistical data showed that 99% of the weapons were traced back to the United States, particularly Florida. But Roll adds that the United States is not the only source of illegal guns.
Not all of our weapons that we seize in the Bahamas come from the United States. Okay? United States is only a small manufacturer when compared to the other countries in the world that are actually manufacturing guns.
And with all the talk about stricter gun laws in the United States, Roll says it may very well put a dent on gun smuggling.
What that will mean for us here in the Bahamas, though, is that those persons who are living in the United States who would want to purchase weapons for the sole purpose of transporting them into the United States, it's going to become a little more difficult.
And on the local front, Roll says there are currently 3 people who police have charged with possession of firearms with intent to supply since the law passed in November 2011.
We have charged 3 persons since these new laws came into being for trafficking in firearms. That's 3 persons, but 2 cases.
Roll adds that police are working with law enforcement in other countries on several other gun trafficking cases. Reporting for NB12, I'm Jasmine Bonamy.
A College of the Bahamas study released in 2011 estimated that there were about 13,000 illegal firearms and 17,000 legal firearms in the Bahamas. But Roll says those figures have increased since the study, which examined the guns owned and used by 238 residents, was released. According to Roll, the number of legal guns has increased by about 3,000.
We know what guns we have licensed. They are the shotguns. The report that the College of Bahamas did included shotguns and rifles. There were about 1,575 rifles, I think, and 17,000 or 15,000 thereabout. Give and take, that was in 2010. The report was published in 2011, which is just over a year ago. Okay, November, I think it was. So with the new applications, I rounded off to about 20,000 licensed weapon.
By law, all licensed firearms must be kept unloaded and in a locked safe when not in use. Roll says despite restrictive gun laws in the Bahamas, there are unfortunately far too many people armed with illegal guns and using them to settle disputes. Well, tonight, police are on the hunt for two men who they say robbed a store inside Compass Point shortly after closing time this morning. According to police reports, two men armed with handguns entered the West Bay Street establishment around 12:30 a.m. and robbed it of an undetermined amount of cash before fleeing on foot. Police say eyewitnesses report that one of the men was wearing a red cap, tan jacket, red and white shirt, and blue jeans. The other suspect was wearing a white t-shirt and blue jeans. Police say their investigations are ongoing and they're appealing to members of the public who may have any information regarding this incident to contact police at 919 or Crime Stoppers at 328-TIPS. Family Island residents who may have information can call in at 300-8476. Well, deadly accidents claimed the lives of two men overnight in incidents that occurred on two separate islands. The first incident occurred around 5:30 yesterday evening in Eleuthera. Police reported that a 2003 silver Honda Civic and a 1995 Mack dump truck collided on Queens Highway near Eleuthera Island shores. The driver of the Civic was taken to Hatchet Bay Clinic where he later died from his injuries. A team of officers from the Royal Bahamas Police Force's Traffic Division traveled to Eleuthera today to investigate the incident. The most recent incident occurred 3:20 this morning on Forest Drive and Southside Road in Murphytown, Abaco. Police on that island said when they arrived on the scene, they discovered a gray 1990 Ford Mustang had collided into a BEC lamp pole. EMS pronounced the driver dead at the scene.